SBR Forum's Inside the Lines is sponsored by Bookmaker.
We are previewing Week 12 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and right now we're going to take a look at the Monday Night Football game, the Carolina Panthers and the Eagles, and we're going to talk with regular SBR contributor, but first-time guest to our football previews, Jordan Sharp. Jordan, thanks for being here with us.
Hey, Pete. Thanks for having me. I'm just trying to recover from the food coma that I was put in yesterday, but I'm going strong here on Friday.
I hear you, man. I'm fucking trying to recover from a couple of team total losses from yesterday. So, all right, we're both dealing with it. We're both dealing with some stuff here. All right, now this game, the Monday night game. No one wanted this game. Obviously, it's obvious why, right? The Panthers and the Eagles, it's just an ugly game all around. The Eagles are a 2.5-point home dog. That doesn't necessarily mean there's no value on these lines. And I'm thinking maybe Carolina has some value as a 2.5-point road favorite because, you know, as much as the Panthers are like, you know, essing the bed week in and week out, the Eagles, it's like two girls, one cup out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the ugliest thing I've ever freaking seen. And I mean, they're just like, they are in more shambles than any team I can remember. So maybe, and you know, Carolina, they do seem like they are kind of trying. So, you know, maybe Carolina is actually a good bet here, -2.5.
I think you could say for definite that both of these teams are wildly inconsistent and both are extremely underperforming this year from what people expected. Now, those are both for separate reasons, but I think you're right about the Panthers, Pete, because I've been saying for at least the last 2 or 3 weeks that the Panthers have been playing better, especially on the defensive end, because the first part of the season they were just awful. They were just giving up so many points in yardage throughout the game, but they have been playing a little better. Obviously, they had that stinker against the Broncos a few weeks ago, but everybody has been looking bad against Peyton Manning and the Broncos this season. So I agree with you. I'm kind of on the same page with you here because I do think that they have value just depending on where you get the number. If you can still get it at -1, I think that's great value. If you're betting them at -3, I'm not so sure. But at the same time, you know, we obviously know that Michael Vick won't play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Their other best player, LaShawn McCoy, his status is in question. Their defense hasn't been playing that well. So all Carolina really has to do is play up to their potential, and they could win this game. The problem is they've played up their potential about twice this season so far. So it's kind of a crapshoot, really.
Exactly, and I'll tell you this. Last week, I took Tampa Bay pretty big. It was a big bet for me, and you know, a lot of people said, "Oh, you got lucky," and you know, Carolina handed the game to them. But that was actually kind of my reasoning going into making the bet was that Carolina, even if Carolina is winning and playing well, they're just the kind of team that just hands games over to teams. So it's like, you know, betting against them, it's like they find a way to lose one way or the other. They're either getting blown out or they're, you know, being competitive and then hand the game over. So, you know, betting on Carolina makes me super nervous, and I'm going against something that I made money with last week. But I think I'm willing to do it just because of exactly how dysfunctional Philly is. I mean, did you anticipate any kind of, you know, legitimate quality rebound by Philadelphia, or are they just like, you know, waiting for the season to be over?
Well, I'll start with Carolina, Pete, because as I say all the time, you know, you can't really judge what a team did last week on this week's spread. It's really hard to do that. You can judge how they played it kind of like that, but you're right. One thing that you're right is the Carolina Panthers are really good at is giving up wins late in the game.
Exactly.
It's not really because of offensive mistakes. Now, Cam Newton has been playing pretty bad this year, but their problems in offense have really been offensive line related. Cam Newton's been sacked a whole lot this season. They can't run the ball, even though they've shelled out like $50 million in guaranteed money to 3 running backs. So why I think the Carolina Panthers have a pretty good shot at winning this game, and why I think that you're right on your initial assumption is because Philadelphia right now, with the potential of no Michael Vick and no LaShawn McCoy, they're not going to have enough offensive firepower to come back late in the game like the Tampa Bay Bucks did last week.
Right.
Plus, that was a divisional game. I think you see a lot more fluky comebacks, not fluky comebacks, but comebacks and fluky type play in those divisional games. And I think that even though the Panthers have been playing better defensively, they really let it go last week defensively, but without the potential of all these Philly stars being out, I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball too much, and that's why I think Carolina -1 is the number that you need to look at.
I think you're right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I might actually make a pretty big bet on Carolina for the Monday night game. Thanks, Jordan Sharp. Great preview. Thanks so much, man.
All right, thanks, Pete. We'll talk to you later.